I saw her name on a medical billing list at work. Stage 4 cancer. No insurance. No family listed. £190,000 in unpaid bills. And I made a decision that would change both our lives forever. But what she said, standing in my office doorway 3 months later, will absolutely break your heart. Stay with me. This ending will restore your faith in love. My name's James. I work as a finance officer at St. Mary's General Hospital in London. It's not glamorous. I handle billing, insurance claims, payment plans. All day, it's just numbers. Patient names are data points. Until the 3rd of March. When I opened her file. Patient, Emily Rose Harper. Age, 29. Diagnosis, Stage 4 ovarian cancer. Treatment costs so far, £190,000. Insurance, none. Emergency contact, none listed. Next of kin, none listed. Payments received, £0. Debt collection, pending. Something about that file stopped me dead. 29 years old. Dying. Completely alone. With a mountain of debt she'd never repay. And what the nurses told me, when I quietly asked. Will shatter you. Keep listening. I did something I wasn't allowed to do. I pulled her full medical notes. Emily had been diagnosed 8 months earlier. During an A&E visit for crippling stomach pain. By then, the cancer had spread everywhere. Ovaries, lymph nodes, liver. Stage 4. They'd thrown everything at it, intense chemo, trials. Nothing worked. The oncology report said 4 to 6 months left. The social worker's notes were even worse. No family support. Parents killed in a house fire when she was 16. No brothers or sisters. Foster care from 16 to 18. Aged out. No contact since. She'd been a freelance photographer. Lost every client when she got too ill to work. Lost her flat 3 months ago. Now sleeping in the hospital family waiting area between treatments. Staff turned a blind eye. She was endlessly grateful. Never complained. Always apologized for being a burden. Dying. Alone. Homeless. Crushed by debt. Sleeping on hospital chairs. Because she had nowhere else. I sat at my desk staring at the screen for an hour. Then I broke every rule in the book. I opened my banking app. Looked at my savings. I'd been putting money away for years. For a house one day. Retirement. A safety net. I had £140,000 saved. I transferred £60,000 anonymously to the hospital system. For patient Emily Rose Harper. Then set up automatic £4,000 monthly payments. From my account. She'd never know it was me. 2 weeks later, I walked past the oncology ward. And there she was. Emily. In the chemo chair by the window. 4 in her arm. Staring out at the car park. And you need to stay with me, because what happened next changes everything. She was still beautiful. Even ill. Even bald from the treatment. Delicate face. Big hazel eyes. Sketching quietly in a notebook with her free hand. I stood there, probably looking like an idiot, just watching. She glanced up. Caught me. Smiled. A real one. That reached her eyes. Sorry, I said, flustered. I was just. You're really good at that. She looked at her drawing, a bird soaring. Thanks. It's my escape. Keeps my head quiet. I'm James, I said, stepping closer. I work here. Admin. Emily, she replied. I basically live here now. She laughed. But it was a sad laugh. Actually, that's not even a joke. We talked for 20 minutes. She told me about her photography. Nature shots. Weddings. Anything creative. How cancer stole it all. Except her sketchbook. Then her eyes lit up. The strangest thing happened. Someone paid off a massive chunk of my bills. Anonymously. The billing office rang yesterday. I still owe some, but someone paid hugely. And set up monthly help. A total stranger. Can you believe it? My throat closed. That's incredible. I cried for an hour, she said. Tears welling now. For the first time in 8 months. I felt like maybe someone out there actually cared if I lived or died. Whoever it was, they'll never know what that meant. I wanted to confess. But I couldn't. So I just said. I'm glad someone helped. After that, I walked past oncology every day. Just to see if she was there. Sometimes chemo. Sometimes sketching. Sometimes dozing in the chair. And we started talking. Every day. About everything. And nothing. Week 3, she told me about the fire. How she still dreams about it. Foster homes. 6 of them. Never belonging. Week 5, I brought her proper art supplies. Colored pencils. Thick sketch paper. She cried. Said no one had ever given her something so thoughtful. Week 7, she had a brutal day. Chemo sickness. Couldn't keep water down. Shaking with pain. I stayed 6 hours. Held the bowl. Fetched ice chips. Didn't leave. A nurse pulled me aside. You're not family, you know. You shouldn't even be here. She doesn't have family, I said. So I'm all she's got. The nurse stared. Then nodded. All right. But if anyone asks, you're her cousin. Don't stop now. Week 9 is when it all shifts. I fell completely in love with her. Week 9, her scans came back. I wasn't meant to see them. But I did. Cancer progressing fast. Oncologist note, approaching end stage. Palliative care recommended. 6 to 8 weeks. I found her by the window. Sketching. Sat down. Silent. She knew. Bad scans, she whispered. I nodded. Couldn't lie. How long? I'm not your doctor, Emily. I shouldn't. James. Please. How long? 6 to 8 weeks. But doctors get it wrong sometimes. You could. She gave a bitter laugh. It's okay. I've known for a while I wasn't winning this. I just had this silly hope for more time. To do things I never did. Like what? She looked out the window. I've never seen the sea properly. Pathetic, isn't it? 29 and never really seen the waves. Never been in love. Never had someone choose me. Never had a real home. I'm going to die, and I've barely lived. Something broke inside me. Then let's fix it. She turned. What? Let's fix it. All of it. However much time you've got left, let's make it matter. James, I'm dying. I can barely walk to the loo without gasping. You can. We'll figure it out. Anything you want, we'll make it happen. Stay with me. The next 6 weeks will remind you what really matters. I spoke to her consultant. Explained. She was unsure, but agreed. Keep her meds close. Watch for problems. But if she wants to live what's left, let her. First, I took her to the sea. Drove to the Cornwall coast. She was weak. Could hardly stand. But I helped her onto the sand. She stood there crying. Watching the waves. It's more beautiful than I dreamed. We collected shells. Drew in the sand. Watched the sunset. She fell asleep against my shoulder. Then, concerts. Galleries. Nice dinners. Places she'd always wanted. Never could afford. I maxed cards. Drained savings. Didn't care. Money comes back. Time with Emily didn't. Week 3 of our trips, we were back in her hospital room for treatment. She looked at me. Why are you doing this, James? Spending everything, on someone dying. Someone you hardly knew. I looked at her, this incredible woman who'd lost everything but still saw beauty in birds and waves. And I told her. Because I'm in love with you, Emily. I think I have been since that first day by the window. I know it's mad. I know you're ill. We don't have long. But every second with you is the best of my life. She started crying. James, you can't love me. I'll be gone soon. You'll be left with debt and pain. I'd rather 6 weeks with you than 60 years with anyone else. She took my face in both hands. I love you too. I've fought it so hard, because it's not fair to you. But I do. I love you. I kissed her. Salt from tears. Hope against everything. But here's where the miracle begins. Stay. You need this. Week 4, routine bloods. Oncologist called me. I was her emergency contact now. Both of you, come in. Now. My stomach dropped. This was it. Worse. We sat in her office. Doctor looked at Emily, unreadable expression. Latest scans. I've checked 3 times. 2 other specialists too. We're all seeing the same. What? Emily breathed. Tumors are shrinking. A lot. Markers dropping dramatically. I can't explain it. With stage 4 ovarian, this shouldn't happen. But your body is fighting. We just stared. What does it mean? It means you're not dying. Not yet. We have real hope. Back on aggressive treatment. If this holds, remission is possible. Emily collapsed into me. Sobbing. Joy. Disbelief. Gratitude. Over the next 3 months, the impossible kept happening. Tumors shrank more. Strength returned. Hair grew back. 6 months after that scan saying weeks left. Emily was declared in full remission. Doctor said she'd never seen anything like it. Whatever you two did, it gave her something to fight for. Her body answered. But here's what will destroy you. When she found out the truth. Keep going. Emily had been living with me 4 months. My flat was ours. One day, she was looking for a paper on my desk. Found bank statements. Transfers. Her name. All of it. She walked into the living room. Papers in hand. Tears falling. It was you. The anonymous payments. All of it. You. I couldn't lie. Yes. You gave £60,000. You've been paying £4,000 a month. That's your whole savings. Why didn't you tell me? Because it wasn't about credit. It was about you getting treatment. Surviving. She cried harder. You saved my life. Before you even knew me. Before you loved me. You saved me. Emily, no. Listen. I've spent my life alone too. No one ever chose me either. And you, a stranger. I chose to help. Gave up everything for someone I'd never met. She dropped to her knees. James. I have nothing. No money. Nothing to give. But I have my life. And it's yours. Completely. Forever. If you'll have me. I pulled her up. Held her tight. Emily. I don't want gratitude. I want you. Just you. Those hazel eyes. Then marry me. Let me spend whatever time I've got left showing you, choosing me was the best thing you ever did. I laughed through tears. That's my line. Too bad. I'm asking. Will you marry me, James? Yes. God, yes. We married 3 months later. Small ceremony in the hospital chapel. Where we'd met. Where I'd quietly saved her. Doctor there. Nurses who'd let her sleep in the waiting room. Colleagues who'd covered my long lunches. Emily in a simple dress. Hair back in soft curls. Healthy. Alive. Glowing. In her vows. James, you saw a name on a billing sheet. And you saw a person worth saving. You gave everything when you didn't have to. Loved me when I had nothing. Showed me I was worth fighting for. I promise every day left, you'll never regret choosing me. I said. Emily, you've given me everything. Showed me money's just paper. Love is real. Saving a life, found my own. You're my home. My family. My everything. I'd empty every account 1,000 times for one more day with you. That was 2 years ago. Emily's still in remission. 2 years clear scans. 2 years healthy. We're planning now. Kids maybe. Growing old. Things we never dared dream. She started photography again. Specializes in hospital moments. Newborns. Recoveries. Nurses who never get thanked. Says she wants to capture miracles where they happen. And me, I'm saving again. But now I know what for. A house. Our future. Maybe uni funds for kids someday. Here's what I want you to take away. I saw a stranger's name on a form. Made a choice. Cost me everything in the bank. Gave me everything that matters. Love isn't always sensible. Sometimes it's helping before you even see their face. Giving when there's no return expected, except themselves. Choosing hope over logic. If this moved you. If it reminds you miracles still happen. Love shows up in the strangest places. Hit subscribe. Comment below, tell me about a kindness that changed your life. Share this with someone who needs hope. Like if you believe the best investments aren't in banks, but in people. That's saving someone's life. Can save your own. Emily was dying alone. Crushed by debt. No hope. I was just a guy processing bills. 2 years later, she's my wife. Healthy. We're building a life. Because sometimes the greatest love stories start with a name on paper. And a choice to care about a stranger. Thanks for listening to our story. Now go believe beautiful things still happen.